Hey, what's good, yo? Welcome back to another video, and it's actually not good. Not some good news. There's Adam Schefter just tweeted out in the morning, a couple of hours ago, that Deshaun Watson has officially requested a trade from the Houston Texans per league sources, and he actually did it a few weeks ago. And their new head coach hire, David Culley, has not and will not alter Watson's thinking. And then he also goes on to say that Deshaun Watson hasn't spoken to new Texans general manager Nick Caserio nor executive Jack Easterby, and Watson is moving on and waiting to see where his NFL future takes him. And my instant reactions were, I was dreading to see this news come up on my feed. I wasn't ready to see that notification, because something like this, where an NFL quarterback, just 25 years old, in his prime, arguably a top 3 quarterback talent, is requesting a trade. And I don't think it's ever really happened before. And I'll just preface the video by saying, whatever trade we do, with the Watson, any Watson trade that we do, the return that we get will not really equal the return of the value that Watson gives you, because the quarterback is obviously the most important part of your team. But also, with that said, we saw on this team that even with your quarterback playing at an MVP caliber, the team still went 4-12, and that's because there's too many holes on this defense and on the team in general. And so, trading Watson, as terrible, as disgusting that I want to do or say out loud, I just feel like on looking on a positive side, as much as there's not many positives, it could help replenish the talent on the team, because trading Watson is at least 3 firsts and a couple of seconds and a pretty decent player. So that would help on that area. And a lot of people are saying that the return would be unprecedented, probably more than the Herschel Walker trade or whenever that was. But yeah, my instant reactions was like, I'm just so empty. And y'all probably already saw the Watson tribute video that we posted. I was literally tearing up when I was making that. But what are y'all instant reactions to the Watson trade request?
It's crazy. How did it even get to this point? It could have all been avoidable. All you had to do, fire Jack Easterby. I mean, maybe not that. Maybe it wouldn't been all the way fixed with that. But every single player, former player, current players, have said some bad stuff about Jack Easterby. There's no good words about him. Even Brandon Cooks, the man who was supposedly very close with Jack in New England, even he said some bad stuff about him. DJ Reader said some bad stuff. Even Andre Johnson, who barely even talks. We all know Andre Johnson. He's not one to bash the team. He's even said something about it. He publicly tweeted Arian Foster too. I think he had an interview, when was it, a few days ago. He said something about it too. It's crazy how all of this has just happened. It's all been avoidable. I don't get why or what's so hard about firing a preacher. What does he mean so much to this team? Is he hiding something from Cal? Or blackmailing him in a way, I guess? I don't know. Mm-hmm. It's crazy. But I mean, it's not really hitting me that hard right now, because usually it takes a while for it to hit, but it's going to hit eventually. But right now, currently, I'm not too shocked, because we all knew that the trade request was going to happen. Some people have said it before, inside sources from Houston, so it's not too much of a shock that he requested a trade, but in my opinion, I still don't think he gets traded. There's no way Cal folds. It would be idiotic to fold. Where's the money? Where's the money incoming? J.J. Watt's supposed to get traded. There's no jersey sauce from him. Deshaun Watson's going to get traded. There's no jersey sauce from him. Whose jersey are people going to buy? Eric Murray? Who's going to want to buy that? David Johnson? He's probably going to get cut. He's not even that good. Will Fuller's probably not even going to stay. Why is Will Fuller going to want him to stay here?
Exactly.
Sure, there might be money, but why is he going to want to stay? There's nothing here. Brandon Cooks used to say he just wants to get cut. Who wants to be here? There's no quarterback. If Deshaun leaves, there's nothing here. There's no money going through the franchise, the owners. I don't know what they're doing. They're just going to go bankrupt. There's nothing coming good for this franchise, and it's going to be like this for the next. Even with Deshaun here, if he were to stay, there's nothing good here for the next maybe 3 years. This whole team is just a mess. Houston as a whole is a mess. Other than I guess you could say the Astros are okay, other than the cheating thing. They got a future. But Houston, as in the Rockets and Texans, they're a mess. There's nothing you can do to fix it right now.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, I feel like Kaimi Fairbairn is the face of our franchise right now, and like the situation is so weird because Deshaun is just like fresh off like signing an extension. He's under contract for like 6 more years, 5 more years. Like it doesn't, yeah, 5 more years, right? So, and the only thing that he has going for him is his no trade clause, which means that I'm assuming he gets to go wherever he wants to because he can deny any trade. And but on the other side of the coin, you can also think that like Cal or Nick Cassero will just refuse to trade Watson, and Watson will just like sit on the bench and like if he chooses to hold out because. But I personally don't think Watson's that type of guy to like hold out, like sit on the bench, because even if he does, like say if he does sit on, like refuses to play, he's still his contract rolls over to the next year, so it doesn't count as a year played. So technically, if Watson chose to never play for the Texans, he would be on the and the Texans never decided to trade him. He would be on the Texans for the rest of his life as like, but obviously that's not going to happen because I feel like
pull a hard.
yeah.
Bad.
I feel like it will go from requesting a trade to demanding a trade. And so, I mean, what's weird to me also is that, like, Watson wants to go to the Jets and the Dolphins. Like, those were his preferred top two choices. I'm like, first of all, I'm like, wait a minute. Like, why do you want to go to the Jets? Like, the Jets' organization isn't, like, that much better. You're talking about the people who hired Adam Gase.
If we think Cal's bad, look at the Jets owners. I forgot their name, but they're like one of the worst owners in public history.
Exactly. And the thing is, the Jets don't even have much of a good team to build around Watson, and going to be even worse if Watson is traded there, because then they have to give up all of their first round picks for the near future and a lot of draft capital, a lot of quality players. I feel like it's just like, what is Watson gaining out of the situation other than getting like a good head coach in Robert Saleh? I mean, I don't know what Watson wants right now. I mean, is it like, it's really the organization. I feel like he really took Andre Johnson's words when Andre said in a tweet that the Texans are known for wasting players' careers, and I think Watson took that to heart. I mean, if I were Watson, I guess I'd probably take that to heart because he's one of the well-respected people around the league, and yeah, that's just crazy. I mean, I don't see, if Watson's gone, I don't see anybody free agent wise wanting to come here, and like it's just a really bad situation in general, and like a nightmare of it's just a nightmare right now for
who
Texans.
Knows? Maybe even draft picks. When we draft, who knows? Maybe they pull who was? I think it was who was a player who
the Mannings.
Yeah, I think it was one of them. Didn't they like refuse to play for the team or whatever after they got drafted?
Yeah.
Who knows? Maybe one of our rookies do that. We don't even know anymore. This team, who wants to play for this team? Everybody's saying bad stuff about it. DJ Reader said something about it. Kareem Jackson said something about it. I think even DeAndre Hopkins, he didn't say nothing about it, but he liked a lot of the IG posts about it. Mm-hmm. Many players have said this. And then how is he going to go from Houston playing with potentially Will Fuller if he signs the contract? And then Brandon Cooks, Kiki QT's not the worst receiver. Randall Cobb, he's not the worst receiver. A decent tight end cast, and probably going to get a rookie running back. How is he going to go from wanting to play with that to the Jets, where his best receiver is going to be Denzel Mims, who barely even played last year? And then in Miami, it's going to be Devontae Parker. I mean, they have some pretty okay weapons, I guess. But how are you going to go from wanting to play with Fuller, Cooks, probably a rookie, some decent tight ends to one of those teams. And Houston, they're building up a good young offensive line. The Jets' offensive line is trash. Miami, they're pretty trash too. Their offensive lines are terrible. They have no weapons. Their defenses are Miami's pretty good defensively, but the Jets, well, I don't get why he wants to go. It's probably because of his girlfriend or something. They want to go shopping all the time. I don't know. He wants to be famous. He doesn't want to be. Someone said something like this in a tweet. One of the Houston reporters. I think it was something about he wants to be famous. He doesn't want to be legendary or whatever, like you said. That's crazy.
Yeah, I mean the Jets have they have Mekhi Becton who's decent, but like I don't know if anyone else is good on the line. Oh, Dolphins have what? Devontae Parker. Other than
That's
that,
it. Devontae Parker and some other young receiver.
yeah, I mean I feel like it's literally the only trade offers that I'm considering are like the Jets and the Dolphins. I mean Dolphins are more in a win now mode. I mean like the Dolphins are better put together to acquire Watson and would still be like a contender in my opinion rather than the Jets. I mean, Jets they would still be in like not making the playoffs for a good 2 years because they have like no one else on the team but Watson if they were to
And
do a
Quentin
trade.
Williams.
Exactly. I feel like Quentin Williams would be part of a trade. I mean, to get
I mean, I would
Watson.
want him, but I doubt.
Yeah, I doubt, but yeah, but I have a feeling that either Darnold or Tua would be part of the trade. Like, I don't want us to get either of the two because I'd rather draft our own quarterback. But yeah.
Plus, they're gonna take up their rookie deals. The rookie deals are pretty hefty, so they're gonna take up a big piece of our contract on the cap too. So why would we want them? They're just gonna take up more cap, reduce us from rebuilding. Because if we trade Watson, we're full out rebuilding. We're gonna trade Tunsil. We're gonna let Fuller walk. We're probably gonna trade Cooks. We're trading pretty much everybody on the team if we trade Watson because it's a full rebuild. What are we gonna do with Tunsil? What is his point gonna be here?
The Tunsil trade in retrospect was really. I mean, we paid too much for Tunsil in my opinion. I mean, we didn't. I don't think we had to. I feel like a first and a second should have. I mean, you take off Kenny Stills off that deal, and then the second, maybe 2 first-round picks. I mean, I'd live with that. But 2 firsts and a second. I mean, Kenny Stills, he only played here for like what 2 years. I mean,
basically 1 year. He didn't even play the second year.
Yeah, that trade was just a win now move for a not a win now team. That's how I'll put it. Like we were not ready to like go all in that year. Like we still had.
And guess who had some say? Guess who had some say on that trade?
Jackie's.
One of the guys. Yep. Exactly.
Yeah, like seems like Cal lied to us too. Like he said that Jack Easterby wasn't gonna have any part in being like a general manager role or whatever, but there's still reports saying that Easterby's input was like considered in a way, but I mean also let's talk about Cully actually. He also signed a 5-year deal. And it's been reported that Tim Kelly is the offensive coordinator, and Lovie Smith, who coached the Chicago Bears and brought them to the Super Bowl, is apparently going to be the defensive coordinator, and then Josh McCown is presumably going to be the QB coach, and I've saw some reports saying that Chris Richard, I don't know if I'm saying that right, but he's the guy who coached the Seattle Seahawks Legion of Boom. He could be coming here as like a DB's coach or something like that. And then Josh McCown. Wait, did I say Josh McCown? He's gonna be like the QB coach. And people are assuming that Cully is gonna be like the bridge for Josh McCown to eventually take that head coach role. And that seems kind of intriguing. We'll have to see if Josh McCown is any good or not. I mean, a lot of people are saying really high reviews about Josh McCown, but I don't know.
I don't see David Culley staying here more than 2 years. His contract says 5, but I don't see it.
Yeah, and dude is 65. I mean,
for all we 5 years. Gary Kubiak.
I mean, Pete Carroll is like what 70 something, but like he's like the exception, not the norm. But like Andy Reid 63, but I guess, but like. You're a first-time head coach, and you got a 5-year contract. What? Like, what? Like, if anything, you should have gotten like a 2-year contract or like a 1-year contract, because like obviously, I mean like I don't know, man. It's like so confusing what our team is doing right now. Like, I mean, so many people already like are choosing new teams, and I hope y'all are who are watching our videos so choose to watch our videos in the future because I'll still be here putting out Texans content and Houston sports content because it's just hard for me to fathom rooting for another team in my opinion as much as I like could consider doing so. It's just like I'm just a Houston sports diehard. Like I don't know. I just can't imagine myself rooting for another team.
I'm gonna for sure follow Watson wherever he goes, but yeah, I'm probably still be Houston fan because it's not the same. Like when you turn on the
Yeah.
TV, see your local teams, it's like you have that feeling. No matter who's there, you're gonna want them to win. Like it's the same for the
Mm.
Rockets. I didn't think I would want to watch them after Harden, but here I find myself still watching them. Like it's like you can't. Like no matter how much you're mad at the team, you're always gonna go back to it. It's like a drug.
So, yeah, it's addicting. Yeah. But I guess do you have any final thoughts before we wrap up the video?
Nah, not really.
All
All
right.
I
Okay.
hope is at least we get something good out of the trade or he stays, but
Yeah, it's
that's it.
gonna be an unprecedented trade for sure, and we'll put out a video coming soon exploring potential Watson trades and things like that. And so yeah, that pretty much wraps up the video. Thank y'all for watching, and as always, be sure to like, subscribe, and turn on post notifications. Peace.
Like